60 minutes available for this call. Please hold while we connect your call.
Capitol Operator, may I help you?
Senator Leahy.
Okay, one moment. Senator Leahy's office?
Yes, I'm calling about the 60 Minutes program on the Alabama governor, Don Siegelman. Are you going to do anything about that in the Judiciary Committee?
Let me transfer you to our Judiciary staff.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Senate Judiciary.
Yes, I'm calling about the 60 Minutes piece on Don Siegelman, the Alabama governor. And then I guess I'm also calling about, which is related, which is the New York Times editorial on Don Siegelman. It was from last year, I guess.
Okay.
Are you guys going to do anything about this? Or are you going to
We've
call?
been receiving quite a few calls this week.
Oh, of course you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's probably an impeachable offense, I would think, or it's bordering on impeachment, depending on whether Cheney knew about it, right?
And let me see. Hold on 1 second.
Well, the New York Times did an editorial last year, maybe 6 months ago, and said that you guys might want to call Karl Rove. I know that's a radical step for the Congress, right? Call Karl Rove and ask him some questions? Or that's too difficult for Congress to do?
Well, there has been some, he was subpoenaed, and because of that, he claimed executive privilege through the president. So just recently, there is a contempt of Congress.
Okay, what about okay? Let me just forget Karl Rove for a second, if we can try to do that. What about the other people that are involved in this case? Are you going to call them like Canary? I guess the Canaries. I'm not talking about birds. I'm talking about Laura Canary, who's a U.S. attorney, and her husband, who's apparently a Republican operative. I mean, the accusation here is obstruction of justice, really. Isn't it? Obstruction of justice?
And I don't know. I haven't heard if there's anything scheduled as of yet. I know that usually before a hearing, like something regarding.
I got to tell you, I the fact that a Democratic governor is sitting in prison and the Congress, neither the House or the Senate, has done anything on this, and the New York Times has written an editorial, now the 60 Minutes has done a piece. They blacked out the 60 Minute piece in part of Alabama, and as far as I know, there's nothing is happening on it. Governor's still sitting in jail. Oh, but let me ask the third question. The third question is, the 60 Minutes piece talked about a letter by the state's attorneys, 52 or something states' attorneys had signed this letter to Congress, and this was Grant Woods being quoted. Do you have a copy of that, or do you know about that letter?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was sent to the senators on the committee as well. I don't know.
Well, how would I find? See, that letter was quoted in the 60 Minutes piece, and I would like to get a copy of that letter and find out what's in the letter and who signed it, and nobody seems to know much about it. You don't have the letter?
Calling 60 Minutes, I'm sure. I mean, it's public information, so they could probably.
Oh, you don't care. You may or may not have gotten a letter.
It may have been for some eyes only. I wouldn't know in that case. I haven't seen anything recently that we've received from them.
So you don't. I ran out of tape on that call, and let me just tell you what transpired after I ran out of recording. I was asking about the letter from the state's attorneys about the Don Siegelman case. She didn't know anything about it, and then she said, well, it could be secret. And I said, well, could you find out whether it's secret or not secret? And if it's not secret letter to the Congress, could you get me a copy of that letter, or put a copy of the letter on the internet or something. Just the amazing the lack of general knowledge in some of these committees. So I was calling the Judiciary Committee, and they don't know about this letter that in 60 Minutes. Of course, she gave me the same brush off. Yeah, call 60 Minutes. They got it. We don't know. We're only Congress. We're only the Congress of the United States. The Judiciary Committee. What does the Judiciary Committee know? We don't even know what letters we get. Oh, sorry, I'm editorializing and ranting. Okay, that's it for this video.